Hello friends, today I am going to talk with you the energy types and energy levels of atoms and the molecules. Okay. Generally there are 6 forms of energy: chemical energy, electrical energy, radiant energy, mechanical energy, nuclear energy and the thermal energy. These 6 forms of energy are interrelated and interconverted into each other. Okay, so the spectroscopy technique uses not probably but mostly or the majority radiant energy. The other forms of energy also used by the spectroscopic technique, but the mostly radiant energy is used in the spectroscopic techniques. Okay, generally electrons in atoms or the molecule, when resides in the lower energy level, is called as a ground state electronic level. By the absorption of radiations in the electromagnetic region, electrons may be promoted to the higher energy level. It is called as excited state electronic level. So there are 2 major states. Lower energy level is termed as the ground state electronic level, and the higher energy level is called as the excited state electronic level. Okay, so when the electrons in an atom or the molecule, by absorption of radiation in the electromagnetic region, goes from the lower energy level to the excited state higher energy level, then it gives absorption spectrum. But when electron comes to the ground state energy level from the higher energy level, by emission of radiation, it gives the emission spectrum. Okay, so quantum mechanics rule says that only exact amount of energy absorbed or emitted, only exact amount of energy is required for the absorption or emission, which is equivalent to the energy difference between the two states. This is called the one quantum of energy for a single transition. And this rule is called as the quantum mechanics rule. Okay, so each electronic level is associated with number of vibrational levels: V0, V1, V2, V3, V4 and so on. So if you see carefully the diagram of molecular energy level, each electronic level is associated with the number of vibrational level V0, V1, V2, V3 etc. and each vibrational level is associated with rotational levels R1, R2, R3 and so. Okay, so when the electronic excitation occurs, the energy needed for the electronic excitation is highly energetic UV radiation. When the electronic excitation occurs, it also causes vibrational excitation as well as rotational excitation. What I say, when the vibrational excitation or the transition occurs, it is accompanied with the when the electronic excitation occurs, it is accompanied with the vibrational excitation and the rotational excitation. Okay, when the vibrational excitation occurs, it also causes the rotational excitation. And probably, not probably, but mostly rotational excitation occurs in the isolation. Okay, so atoms generally give the simple line spectra by the absorption or the emission of electromagnetic radiation, but when number of atoms becomes a molecule, and if you take molecule into consideration, then it gives the complicated molecular spectra. Okay, this is the all about the energy types, energy levels of atoms and molecules. Generally, this is the transition energy order, where the more energy needed for the ionization than the electronic excitation of the transition, then the vibrational, and then the rotational. So less amount of energy is needed for the rotational transition, while the more energy is required for the ionization transition. This is the transition energy order with decreasing way. Okay.